Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Theo, and this is our Health and Fitness for the Average Soul webinar. The purpose of this webinar is to stress the importance of developing healthy daily habits to inspire a healthy lifestyle. Now, I know what a lot of you may be thinking, so let's get that out of the way first. This is not going to be a webinar in which we all tell you to do, the only thing to do is to go on a diet. No, we're not going to do that, because that's how things work. Bam, you're automatically going to get a killer sexy body and you're going to be healthy as hell. No, that's not how it works. We understand that the average populace simply does not have enough time to devote to be meal prepping and hitting the gym 24/7. Not to mention the costs that come along with healthy eating and gym membership fees. Instead, our webinar is going to focus more on everyday tasks and habitual changes that may seem small at first, but can have a dramatic result down the line. Again, it may seem even too small as a task or change, and it will take a long time for results to appear. But like every positive aspect, it takes time, no matter what it is. There is no such thing as a miracle pill, a diet, or exercise that can slim you down automatically and have a killer body. That's not how it works. It takes patience and determination. Both are attributes, I'm going to be honest, that most people don't have. They're hard to have, but they can be built. You just need to get yourself in the right mindset and motivate yourself, and the process will begin. Let us start with tips towards our nutrition. Part of our webinar will focus on small changes to your diet. Rather than simply giving you a detailed and confusing meal plan to follow, these are going to be small habitual and physical changes to what you're already doing. First, I will list out a few of the small changes that I'm going to be talking about, and then we will go into detail on each one. So, the first one is smaller portions. Second one, eat out less. Third, drink green tea before every meal. Fourth, eat 3 meals with healthy snacks in between. Fifth, drink water, lots and lots of it. Sixth, use olive oil instead of canola oil or butter when cooking foods. Seventh, eat fruits and veggies. Eighth, try to reduce red meat and eat grilled chicken and grilled fish more often. Ninth, avoid high fructose corn syrup. 10th, count your calories. 11th, keep desserts low and far from you. And 12th, reduce fried foods. Now, what I just listed were just a few of the many of the habitual changes you can make to your nutrition. Just remember, nutrition is more than 75% of the actual physical goal that you have, especially when it comes to weight loss. For this next portion of the webinar, I'd like to invite someone who has taken some of these small changes and incorporated them into his life. Please welcome our writer and my friend, Nick Garcia-Lara.
Hello, everyone. As my colleague here has already told you, my name is Nick Garcia-Lara. A little name tag here in case you forget. And I have personally tried some of these small changes in my diet. I've always tried my best to eat healthy and work out, but I've never been able to fully commit myself to it. I either gave up on my diets because it was just too hard, or it was just too restrictive or too simple. Honestly, I just got tired of it. Going to the gym was even worse for me. I never found time to go, and eventually I began to feel dumb for paying for a membership fee when I never went. It's just money that's going to the garbage, honestly. But now that I think about it, I shouldn't say that I never found time. Rather that I should say that I never found time that was convenient for me to go. I would get up, eat some oatmeal, take some protein, head out to the gym, and come home after an hour or two, which worked out quite well for me. But what I didn't realize at the time is that the reason why it worked out so well was because I wasn't in school at the time. It was summer vacation. Honestly, it was good since I converted not so long ago, and I was able to just, wake up, do my daily prayer, and then go out to the gym. However, once school started, the routine became kind of dangerous and unbearable for me. For the fact that, I wasn't sleeping a lot because, like I said, I was a college student. Eventually, I found myself falling asleep behind the wheel as I drove to school or I drove to work, which is why it was so, it became a little dangerous for me to keep up the routine. It was unbearable because I was so groggy and irritable all the time due to the lack of sleep. My grades were suffering since I kept falling asleep in class. And it was very depressing because I was at 230, and following that routine, I was able to get all the way down to like 215, which may not seem like a lot of weight loss, but keep in mind I was also working out, so I was probably gaining a little bit of muscle and stuff like that. However, once I stopped doing this routine, and adding in the fact, that I was eating like garbage again due to my lack of sleep, due to studying all the time and things like that. I just didn't have time to make myself meals all the time, make myself, healthy meals or eat healthy snacks. I would just go out to wherever and start buying food and stuff like that. Not only did I gain back the 10 pounds or the 15 pounds that I lost, but I exceeded my previous weight by 10 pounds. And I was lost and I didn't know what else to do. And it was all thanks to my fiance. She was the one who introduced me to a lot of the diet tips that we've mentioned above. She suggested that I eat smaller portions, eat healthier snacks in between meals to keep my hunger in check. One easy way to eat smaller portions is to use smaller plates, which in turn makes us eat smaller portions. In addition, another suggestion that she gave me was to have a cup of hot green tea before every meal. The reasoning behind this was to make me feel full a lot quicker, not to mention that green tea could be a great fat burner, and actually invites me to drink a lot of water. What it can do is just detoxify your body, and replacing everything with water can also help keep your calorie intake, much lower than other things, if you're drinking soda all the time. Another thing you need to do is learn to read the labels behind any food. And I know this is annoying, but it helps a lot. Eventually I found an app called MyFitnessPal, and counting calories was much easier with that. This was a great way to live a healthy life and lose weight.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work, Nick, but it's clear by your results that it's working. I'm a personal trainer myself, and I'll tell you that most healthy living habits and weight loss comes from the kitchen. It's sad to see that most people end up going to the gym and stay determined at the gym and do all their exercises, but then they come home and pig out. And they lose the whole interest of things because of that, because of the fact that nutrition is about 75% of hitting a fitness goal. And even though you're doing the exercising portion, but you're not making it up and completely ruining your effects almost when it comes in the kitchen, you're kind of losing all the progress you've made.
I completely agree, Theo, but you see, that's the beauty of what I was talking about. My tips are not a diet plan per se, but some of the small little changes that you can make in your life that people can make in their lives in order to improve their diet in general. Small changes that can have a huge impact. What I did alone helped me reduce my weight all the way down to 215, and then coupling that with going to the gym a couple times a week, I was able to lose a lot more, and I'm currently at 205 with my end goal of being 180.
Okay, Nick, thank you for your time. Next up, let's talk a little about the fun stuff. That's right, getting those muscles pumping. Sadly, we live in an age where technology has taken over most of our lives. Yes, this may seem like a good thing at first because everything is evolving and making human lives easier. I mean, what sounds bad about that? However, this can also be a negative in the sense of health and wellness. The physical activity of an average human has decreased dramatically over the centuries because of the ever-changing technology. Back in the day for transportation, humans had to either use their own two legs or some form that required the expense of physical energy. Now all we do is turn the key in a car and we're off to our destination. Actually, scratch that. Now it's kind of the age where all we have to do is now get into our car and press the keyless ignition to start our cars, like we weren't lazy enough. Thank you. Despite all these advances, however, that does not mean we cannot pop in forms of physical activity, bits and pieces here and there into our daily lives. I'm going to display to you folks a couple tips on exercise to get the blood flowing and keep those muscles pumping. First exercise tip. Whenever possible, use the staircase rather than the escalator or the elevator. This gets the body moving rather than being at a standstill. Nick, come on, man.
Okay.
Tip 2. If your destination is 2 miles or less, walk instead of drive. Saves you some extra poundage and fuel.
Man, I need to get to life science. It's like less than 2 miles or something.
Yeah, Nick, I think it's over there.
Oh, I guess I'll just walk it.
Tip 3. Incorporate more walking and, if possible, jogging. We want to build up that muscular endurance and keep that heart healthy, and that's exactly what this will do. Come on, Nick. Tip 4. While watching TV or any kind of movie or TV show, do jumping jacks or burpees. No, I'm not kidding. What on earth are you watching? Tip 5. Try to stand more rather than sitting when doing most chores or work. Nick, what you working on, man?
Oh, I'm just proving that girls are evil mathematically. If you take a look, girls equals time and money, and everyone knows that time times money. Everyone knows that time.
Sixth and last tip, most important one in my opinion, purchase some home fitness equipment. If you have a couple spare bucks lying around, I promise you it'd be such an investment to go buy a yoga ball, a couple pairs of dumbbells, and a yoga mat. It will help you so much. You can make a variety of workouts just with those 3 types of fitness equipment. Well, these were just a few tips we gave you guys to improve your health overall and even lose some weight. The last thing that I'd like to say before I sign off though is probably the most important thing and the only thing that if you were paying attention to take away at least. Despite the actual physical exercise and the nutrition being very vital for you hitting a fitness goal or even losing weight or whatever it is, the most important factor by far is getting into the right mindset and being motivated. That's where it all begins. Once you start there and you are able to catch that, everything else will follow. Thank you guys. This is Theo signing off.